the dignity of your conduct afford occasion for the prosperity to say, when speaking of the glorious example you have exhibited to mankind, had this day been wanting, the world had never seen the last stage of perfection to which human nature is capable of attaining. George Washington. I often think of that passage in moments of doubt and question, and it quickly reels me in and propels me forward. So, you want to give DayZ a try? Here, you're going to learn the basics in survival on an official server, in a passive-aggressive gaming style. Killing is easy, knowing when not to kill is the hard part. You're going to spawn fresh on the coast, which is an inverted L, north by south and east by west. Two quick ways to approximate your locations. Number one, clouds always move east despite the wind. Number two, the railway tracks. On the north by south coast, they are on the inside of the main road, on the inland side. And when you're running east to west, they are on the water side of the main road. I'm lucky enough to identify through experience that I've landed in Electro, east of Electro. This is exactly where the tracks cross over from inland side to the ocean side. I'm going to skip the boats on the beach. The only thing I'm going to get there of any use is a dry bag. Don't need any fishing hooks or hats. Well, not yet anyway. High on the priority list, something sharp that I can craft rags. After that I can make gloves, face masks, well, any article of clothing I want. Most foods found on the map do require something to open them. Again, something sharp is needed. Ideally, a can opener is the best tool for the job, but in a pinch, anything will do. But take care, the bigger the item, the more food you will lose. In this stage of your life, the crowbar is your best friend. You can use this to craft rags from clothing and skin and quarter chicken, not to mention a great melee weapon for infected and other players. Get in the habit of upgrading your clothing because your warmth is essential to your health. And don't forget discarded clothing, craft it into rags. Those rags we're going to turn into gloves. This will give me the necessary protection to skin and quarter animal and be less reliant on water to wash my hands. I'm going to ignore the gas station and industrial areas for the moment. I already have a melee weapon that is bladed, so I'm going to stick to these small houses along the shore and hopefully get some fruit and some items inside. 22 caliber sporter. No rounds in it, but still a great rabbit gun. I'll hold on to this. And here we have a compass. Vital, vital, vital. Grab this at all costs. Please grab this. This is one of the two style of compasses you're going to encounter. With this one, the red strip always points north. I prefer the other model of compass provided in the map, only because it is visually pleasing and easier to see in the bright light. That sound is infected. Infected being agitated and aggroed to you. When you're moving about a town or a city, pay close attention to your surroundings. If you hear this, chances are you have some unwanted attention or someone else near you does. Now let's take out this infected and see what she's carrying. Always watch your vitals. Don't let your food and water slip too far into the yellow and into the red. This will make you susceptible to disease. Some infected will be carrying equipment such as hats and backpacks. You can block most infected strikes by pulling back while holding your L2. And when you're ready to go on the offensive, holding L2 and tapping your triangle, you will go into a super hit, provided you have the stamina. There are 3 fruit-bearing trees on the map to look out for: apple, plum, and pear. You can eat all the fruits and vegetables you find, including mushrooms, raw. best cooked, but in a pinch, get him India. I decide to push away and avoid this zombie, and in my peripheral top left corner, I see another player entering the house beside me. Normally what I would advise would be to take the water and scoot into the city, but we're going to drag this infected in behind the house and take our luck with this player. As I finish off the infected, I notice my friend is having the same trouble. I give him respectable space, and then be all friendly, and back away.
How are you?
Good, you? Good, you? Sorry. How typically Canadian of me to apologize while I bandage.
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, just started about 5 minutes ago. And yourself?
Yeah. Do you have something to cook? I have a chicken. Maybe we can walk and eat something. What do you think?
Have that nibble. And
Do you have a knife? A knife?
I do.
Oh, nice. Look. If you can divide the chicken, you can divide the meat.
I just need to find a twig over here. Not quite 100% sure on this guy. I remain in third person and keep a swivel. Gotta keep this guy in front of me at all times. You have a 360-degree panoramic well in most animations, but you can use L1 to accomplish this as well. He wants to divide the meat. I'm all for that. I'm going to go in and give him the benefit of the doubt. Coming in. Call this a test of character.
Thank you.
It's totally up to yourself if you want to trust an individual you come across. But I warn you, this rarely happens. This rarely goes smooth. Proceeding with caution, I keep the individual in my peripheral, even while in
Do you have water?
No, not yet, no.
I'm going to the city to clean my hands.
As I hear his footsteps trail off, I'm free to go ahead and light this fire. Now, he did run off with my knife. If he comes back, great. If he doesn't, oh well. Now, I can only imagine he made the right decision because he has no idea whether the firearm on my shoulder is loaded or not, and whether I'm capable of using it. I'm going to go ahead, light this fire, get my meat cooking, and if he comes back, I'll give it up to him and cook another one. I think I'll even go the extra mile and use some of that discarded clothing on the floor and table and craft him some gloves.
Let's go to another house that has.
Oh, I already lit the stove. Sorry. I made you gloves. I made you gloves there.
Oh, thank you. Nice. I'm gonna make a knife for me to give your knife back.
Oh, cool. Thanks. I'll give you this piece of chicken first. Your stomach is growling.
I know. How did you put that on? I didn't knew how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. Look, this is
I'm not quite sure what he's talking about, but he's admiring something I'm wearing. It's almost cooked.
nice.
There's your piece, guy.
Thank you, man.
Your word is only as strong as your conviction, and true to my word, I gave the gentleman his meat. And just as quick as he arrived, our mysterious survivor vanishes. Didn't take him long to disappear. I didn't even get a chance to ask him if he checked these fruit trees, which obviously he didn't. You can still eat the apples, pears, and plums in a dried state. They're not going to give you much hydration, but they will bump your nutrition. But I wouldn't recommend eating the rotten fruit unless you're extremely desperate. And you'll notice I have grabbed a couple in the event of. I was able to source a dozen apple out of that single orchard, which is pretty rare for official. One would almost call this streamer loot. Hey, Devil.
Lost my friend.
I'll swap out this knapsack for a bigger one, but hold on to it because I can expand it later if need be. Well, look at that. My ex was here. She left her ride in the hallway. Time to pop over to the industrial and see what we can find there. This is not what they meant by apple-bottom jeans. But I am looking rather festive, no? On the catwalk. On the catwalk, baby. Even if you don't want or need discarded clothing items, always check it. Sometimes they're carrying inventory. The ladies' two-shot Derringer, it can be found in dresses primarily. Upon quick examination, I do believe our mysterious survivor has beat me here. Most of these doors are open, therefore looted. Time to make tracks. I've decided we're not going to go into Electro. Yeah, the probability of finding loot is greater, but the probability of finding death also increases. We're going to skip north, up this hill, we're going to hit this little homestead, fill up on water, whatever supplies I can find here, and make tracks. The quicker you make it off the coast, the better. I will definitely get out of this bright green jacket and put this black one on. Coincidentally, rain jackets can be crafted into armbands of the same color for player identification. Get in the habit of using your vicinity screen. A lot of items are small and can't be seen or glitched under things. Case in point, this pop on the balcony. You can't see it. I was really hoping to find a water bottle or a pot, but we'll have to make do. We'll fill up on as much water as we can, and then we'll make tracks. Just as I'm leaving, I hear a chicken in the distance. That's protein that we need. Let's get that. The chicken is a special treat. You can kill and take the carcass with you. The quicker you skin that, the clock starts burning on that meat. But if you leave it whole, it'll stay fresh until you skin it. The downside, it takes up twice as many slots in your inventory until you prepare it. And with that said, we're going to head up to Skyrim. We're going to find a nice hidden valley. We're going to clean and cook this chicken and plot our course. As you move away from populated towns and cities, you're going to encounter deer stands and hunting blinds. Always check these. Sometimes you come up with nothing, but sometimes they got some really good stuff. Finding mushrooms in the wilderness is rare, but if you do in this location, you're most likely going to find red pine. I forge the fire material before I get to my destination, so I don't have to desecrate my cover. Although I do have matches, get in the habit of not using them. They're not reliable. They do get wet very easy. You're going to need a minimum of 2 long sticks and 2 bark. 1 long stick will be used to be sharpened and cook the meat. The other, broken down to create the fireplace and the kit to start the fire. You start by taking the short sticks and combining it with bark to make the fireplace. Then again, you take the short stick, combine it with the bark, and make the hand drill kit. Now it's time to skin and quarter your chicken. And remember, you can repurpose those bones and craft improvised blades, knives. I've got 3 from this pile, and with the 3rd one, I'm going to make an improvised spear after I'm done cooking my meat. Only after your meat is prepared and ready to cook, go ahead and light your fire. You don't want to waste precious fuel while you're crafting and getting your food prepped. And be very, very selective where and when you start a fire. Smoke plumes can be seen from quite a distance, as well as the light source. I'm high on the mountain, and it's a hazy, sunny day. I'm hoping that any smoke will be caught up in that haze. One can be instructed in society. One can only be inspired in solitude. Wolfgang. These are the moments that I live for in DayZ. The relaxing moments. Yeah, they can be found unofficial, but you just gotta know where to find them. Now let's get on with crafting that spear. With the knife that we've crafted from the bone and the stick we used to cook our meat, voila, spear. The massive city of Cherno.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
And that about wraps up my time on my first episode of Ham Solo Unofficial. Yeah, it's a play on words. I am Solo. Let's take a look at where we've started, where we've traveled to, where we refreshed, where we sat, cooked, ate, and collected our thoughts. We still have a vast, vast land to explore. So follow my adventures on live stream, and if you can't catch the stream, I'll pop in and edit here for you.